Hello there, welcome back to the channel, Loving Life on Less. Is it possible to make 21 meals for a full week, breakfast, lunch and dinner, for under £10 in this current climate? Food prices have gone up again this week, but we will not be beaten. By buying budget brands and menu planning, we found it just about doable. Not recommended for long-term use because you will have missing nutrients and calories, but if you're having a really difficult week, a couple of these recipes and ideas may help you. In this particular video, we used Tesco's app, their current prices, and we used their budget brand foods. So here's the video of 21 meals coming in for an amazing price of £9.99. Coming in at £10 or under, this is what we managed to get from Tesco's this week. We got 1 kilogram of oats for 85p, 1 can of peaches in light syrup for 39p, and it was important that we got these in light syrup and not juice, and I'll show you why later. 6 bananas were 75p, 2 cans of new potatoes were 78p, 15 slices of cheese, well, that's the plastic cheese, but beggars can't be choosers, at 83p, 1 large brown onion for 12p, 1 can of chopped tomatoes for 45p, 1 bread loaf for 55p, 500g packet of spaghetti at 28p, 1 litre of milk, 69p, 500 grams of margarine spread, 85p, 2 tins of tuna in oil, £1.30, and we chose to get the tuna in oil because it'll be higher in calorie value, and obviously calories are as important as the prices we're paying, because we want at least a living amount of calories per day on this diet, and 15 eggs at £2.15. Normally, 100% we would purchase eggs that were free range rather than caged. We actually buy our eggs from a local little farm shop. So even though we've priced up these 15 eggs, we're still going to use our free range eggs from the farm shop. But all those items that we're hoping to make 7 days of meals, 3 meals a day, came to £9.99. And as I said at the beginning, it's not ideal. We shouldn't have to live like this, but on those really difficult and tough weeks, some of these recipes may be able to help you out. So I hope you can see this list I've written. It's the list of the food with the numbers that I would separate each of the foods into to make into a recipe. So for example, you can see I've got 6 bananas, so I've wrote 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so I can strike them off as I use each one in the menu planner. The meals I've managed to decipher out of these ingredients are doable. They're a little bit bland, and we're assuming that we've got tea, coffee in the cupboard, so we don't having to buy drinks with our £10, and obviously we've got water. And the other thing is that you've got salt and pepper and any herbs and spices that you want, because we'd be really struggling to get meals out of £10 with herbs and spices included. So these are the meals I've managed to come up with. So this would be for one person for £9.99 or £10 for the week, and it includes a breakfast, lunch and dinner. The preparation for most breakfasts is going to be a peach loaf, and the recipe for that is coming up in a moment, but this should last 5 days. It's a lovely hearty breakfast, and on 3 of the days it would be served with sliced bananas, so a full banana served with the peach loaf. And on 2 of the days, we would have a boiled egg with each day, just to get some extra protein in and some extra calories. The peach loaf you can serve with margarine, cheese, or the bananas from our purchased goods. On the 2 remaining days, we would be going to have porridge oats made with the milk. So we've got porridge made into milk, and we would use the rest of the peaches. So that's our tin of peaches gone. So at this point, where I've got half and half on the canned peaches, light syrup, I would put a strike through so I don't incorporate it anywhere further on with the meal planner. Right, for lunches we're going to utilise our bread loaf, and we're going to have on 2 days tuna and diced onion toasted sandwiches. We can use the margarine there to make the bread moist. On 2 days we will have 2 boiled eggs and toast. That's twice. Then we've got on 2 days we'll be having a cheese sandwich, with each cheese sandwich having 2 slices of cheese. And on the final day, day number 7, or whenever you want it, but we can also have a banana, oats and 2 egg pancake. And to do that we crack 2 eggs, mix in our oats, slice up our banana, mix it all in and then lightly fry it, and it really is pleasant. If it's a little bit dry for you, just put a splash of your milk on. Next come the dinners. Now these are the big ones, because obviously we want to make sure that we go to bed not feeling starving, because lunch is a little bit light. So for 2 of the days at dinner time we're going to use the cans of potatoes. And we're going to have one of the potato meals is going to be a tuna frittata with egg and onion. So we're going to use half a tin of tuna, 2 eggs, chopped onion and potatoes, and pop them all in a pan, like a frying pan or a skillet, and cook. So you've got a lovely frittata. That's very easy and quick to do. We're also going to have cheesy tuna potatoes on toast for one of the days, and that'll be using a couple of slices of our cheese. And then we've got 3 pasta meals for later in the week. We've got butter and cheesy pasta, again using 2 slices of the cheese. We then have tomato and onion pasta, using half the can of tomatoes with whatever herbs you've got in the cupboard that you want to add. And then we've also got the last tomato and tuna pasta, so that is the last half of one of the cans of tuna. I would also use the oil within the tuna into the pasta, because it just adds extra flavour and extra calories, and we don't want to waste anything. Then we've got 2 more days to go for dinner meals. One will be the last pieces of bread, which will be cheese and onion on toast, and we'll have one of the bananas. And for the 7th day meals, it's probably going to be a bit of a use up day with whatever we've got. So we'll probably have 3 scrambled eggs with fried potatoes and a banana, and that will utilise all our food up. It's not ideal, it's not going to meet all nutritional needs, but for 1 week it is doable if you're having a very lean week. And the very best thing about the menu, in my opinion, is the peach loaf, and here is the recipe for it right now. I'm going to start the week with making a breakfast fruit loaf, a bit of a change from porridge. We know we've got oats and milk and we can make porridge every morning, but by the end of the week it's going to be incredibly dull. This is a really nice fruit loaf that you can have with just margarine on. You can have it on its own, or you could have it with some cheese, and it makes a nice alternative breakfast. It's portable, which means you can take it to work if you're having breakfast at work, and it's also only going to use a few of our ingredients. I've got half of the bag of oats, I've got 1 egg, I have a quarter of a litre of just water. Normally if I was making it I would put milk in it, but obviously we're cutting back this week. I will put the measurements in the American translations of the measurements in the comments beneath the video in case you fancy making this loaf. And the other important thing is we have our cheap tin of fruit in syrup, and the reason why I wanted it in syrup is because I'm going to use the syrup to add to the cake as the sweetener rather than buying any sugar. So we've basically got a really sweet sticky syrup going in there that's going to make the loaf extra specially sweet and tasty. So I've poured all the ingredients in, water, egg and oats. Now I'm just going to pour the syrup in. Don't worry about that few peaches going in, because it's going to get half the tin of peaches going in anyway. Drain that off. I could have made it easier on myself and drained it off beforehand, but I thought I'd do it one-handed with the camera for difficulty purposes. I like to keep myself on my toes. So now I'm going to chop up half this tin of peaches and pop it into the mix. We'll mix it all together and we'll put it in a tin. It's got half the tin of chopped peaches in it. I did chop them up, just used half a tin, and then I've mixed it all together. You want the mixture to be like a soft sticky mixture that sticks to the spoon, but not too dry, if not you're going to make a really dry loaf. If you need to add a little bit of water, just do that. But this is with the 1 egg, the syrup. and the 1/4 of a litre of water are mixed together. I'm now going to put it in a buttered or a margarined loaf tin and cook it in the oven, medium temperature, about gas mark 5, 180 degrees for 45 minutes. The main tip to this loaf is to oil or margarine butter your loaf tin really well. Make sure every nook and cranny is oiled, because if not, the sticky oat cake will bake to it and it'll be murder to try and get it out. So that is the main thing about cooking this loaf. Make sure you've got a well oiled or well buttered or even lined with paper loaf tin. So pushed nicely into the loaf tin. Didn't have to do much because it came out beautifully, and now it's going in to go in the oven.